Greetings, fellow Facebookites and fellow YouTubeites. Today is Sunday, September the 13th of 2015. And I felt that I need to come on here, even though I haven't done a video in quite a while. I felt that I needed to come on here because there's something that I want to talk about something that's been going on here in the Phoenix area. I'm sure some of you people who don't live here in Phoenix probably heard about this. During this past week, there's been quite a number of alleged shootings along the freeway, particularly along the I-10, but I think some other freeways have been involved too. And from what I understand, the mystery of this whole thing is still unsolved. But check this out. I think this was I don't know if this was today or yesterday. I didn't really read the whole thing, but there are some in custody 3 teenagers who are doing a little copycat thing, taking pot shots at motorists with a slingshot and rocks. You know, when I think about things like this, it makes me think of, I remember an episode of Cops where the cops were called on about some young teens who are throwing rocks off a bridge onto traffic. And of course, and it doesn't matter if you're shooting guns at them or just throwing rocks, either way, it's more or less, it's all the same. What I'm trying to say here is this. I'm sure I don't need to tell you people this, but if there's anyone out there, hopefully there isn't anyone out there who's thinking about pulling stunts like that. But here's the deal. A freeway is not a shooting gallery. Staying on top of walks, staying on top, sorry folks, I got my tongue tangled up. What I meant was standing on a bridge over traffic. That's what I meant to say. Sometimes I like to be on a bridge and watch the traffic, roll by. And you can do that if you like. But throwing rocks onto the freeway, onto traffic, come off it. That is downright stupid. And it can be dangerous too. I know that if you were to play a video game where you would shoot at people, and of course someone shoots you and you wind up dead, in that game, you can just put another quarter in and play another game. But folks, real life is not a video game. Because, when you play stuff like that, when you're shooting at people, and someone shoots you, once you're dead, you're dead. It's not like you can just put another quarter in the machine and play another game. Once your life ends, that's it. You don't get another shot at this life, if you'll, no pun intended, But seriously, going out and shooting at oncoming traffic, even if you don't really shoot the people. If you hit their cars, they could wind up swerving. You might startle these people, startle these drivers, and make them swerve and wind up crashing into something. I mean, how dumb can you get? And what I don't understand is why, what makes these people, and especially those three young people, shooting at others with slingshots and rocks. This whole thing is not a game. You want to play a shooting gallery? Go to an arcade game. Go to an arcade and find a game. You get the idea. But again, real life is not an arcade game. It's just senseless and pointless and stupid to do crap like that. And I kind of wonder if people who do that, they're trying to get their what they call 15 minutes of fame. If I want 15 minutes of fame, I'll do what I usually do at the D-backs games. Try holding up a sign, because my little thing at the D-backs games will be, holding up a sign that might say a wisecrack, maybe about the other team or something like that. Who knows? But I keep those things clean. But shooting at traffic, whether it be rocks or even bullets, that is not clean. So if there's any fellow Facebookites out there who are considering doing that, hopefully you're not, but at least you know of someone who is considering doing stuff like that, for thrills or something like that. What more can I say? A word about throwing rocks or shooting bullets onto freeways. Don't. Because you're putting other people's lives at risk when you do crap like that. There's better ways to find thrills and get your adrenaline going and stuff like that. But doing things like that at the expense of other people's lives, there's no excuse for that. So, if any of you fellow Facebookites and fellow YouTubeites know someone who's considering doing stuff like that, please try to encourage them not to. And if you know of someone who is doing stuff like that, don't just stand by and watch it all. If you see something, say something. Call 911, or I don't know if you should try stopping that person yourself. I don't know, but the best thing to do is to call your local authorities and let them know about it. And if you are thinking about doing stuff like that, please don't. Trust me, it's not worth it. Because I said it before, and I'll say it again, freeways are not shooting galleries. And that's the bottom line. So please don't do it. It's not worth it. What more can I say? Well, I wanted to come on here, and I wanted to give my take on this whole thing. And I'm just glad that, law enforcement, here in the Phoenix area, I think around, and it was in the East Valley, around Mesa. I don't know what freeway was over, but still, I'm just glad they got a hold of those three young people who were responsible for it, and they fessed up and all that stuff. And hopefully they'll learn a lesson from all this. And as far as those freeway shootings, I sincerely hope that they catch whoever's responsible for it. Because it's an extremely dangerous game. Believe me. Because you're putting people's lives at risk when you do stuff like that. Well, I wanted to come on here and give my take on this whole thing. So once more, if you're thinking about doing stuff like that, don't do it. And if you know someone who is thinking of doing it, talk to them about it and let them know it's not worth it. And if you know of someone who is doing stuff like that, talk to law enforcement about it. What more can I say? Freeways are not shooting galleries. They never have been, and they never will be. So, with that being said, that's going to do for me for now. So until next time, crisscross applesauce out. See you later.